time for 7 days of NCLEX this week starting. I am super excited. Remar Review has done it again. We've come to another year, and this is Monday where we love to do this little segment called Let's Talk NCLEX. Oh my goodness, as well as Monday Motivation. If it's your first time joining us, I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Regina MSN. I am the #1 NCLEX instructor on this planet Earth. I love it. I love doing what I do for you guys, helping nursing students pass NCLEX for over 10 years. My passion. I'm also the author and creator of Quick Facts for NCLEX. The 5-star edition can be found on Amazon right now, #1 in this category. Check it out if you are a nurse or in nursing school. Hey, also, I just launched the NCLEX virtual trainer, and I'll be talking a lot about that during 7 days of NCLEX. Super excited for this event. Listen, guys, this is one of those events where it only comes around once a year. But when it happens, it is an amazing nursing event. So if you're a Remar nurse or if you're new to our community, don't let this opportunity you by. 7 days of NCLEX will literally change your mindset about testing for the exam. It will also reduce a ton of anxiety. In 2020, I don't want us to be anxious about this NCLEX anymore. And the way that I'm going to revolutionize nursing education is simply by educating my students about this test. I'm going to take all the mystery out of the exam and what to study for the exam and what is exactly going to be on the exam. I'm sick of the mystery of it. So let me show you guys some of the topics that we will be talking about on 7 days of NCLEX. They sound like very general topics, right? NCLEX pharmacology, pain management, arterial blood gases. During the homework, we're going to go over some content. And you know what? One of the things that I really want you guys to understand is the NCLEX test plan has actually not changed since 2001. It is very, very structured. The idea of entry-level nursing practice is very specific. So when I tell you guys that there is a way, I'll tell you the way, and I'm going to tell you what's on the test, I'm coming from a place of facts, right? We love facts. When you talk about what should be on a licensure exam for you who are entry-level nurses, it's very specific. The tasks of an entry-level nurse are very defined. Because remember, the NCLEX, the NCBSN, which is what we're going to talk about today, this regulatory body has to make sure that every question on the exam is legally defensible, that it can hold up in court and it could be identified as, yes, this is what entry-level nurses do based off of research, based off of practice analysis. And so when I developed the virtual trainer, when I developed all of my content, it was taken from a very specific place. And so you guys now are able to confidently study knowing, yes, this will probably be on my exam, because this is what entry-level nurses are doing. And I'm going to get more into it, but that's just my intro for today. We are digging down. We're not even going to do NCLEX questions today. We are going to dissect NCBSN. We're going to dissect this next generation of NCLEX questions that are coming out. And we're also going to talk about what's on the test plan. And I released a video about the P in NCLEX increasing in the difficulty level. What does that mean? I got a lot of emails about that. So that's what we're going to get into today. I'm super excited for 7 days of NCLEX. Hey, also, if you have not got a chance to get the virtual trainer, well, my friends, now is the time, because during 7 days of NCLEX, the NCLEX virtual trainer, the comprehensive review, plus the online books, plus the online access and the physical books will only be $150. You read it right here. You heard me say it correctly here. Literally $150 for the VT plus all the goodness that goes along with it. Today's Monday motivation topic is this: choose your instructor and choose it wisely. Choose your instructor and choose it wisely. Okay, let me just go back to this really quick. The NCLEX, 7 days of NCLEX workbook will be released today. Okay, it will be released. It will be dropping today. I know you guys are super excited to wait to see it. I saw it this morning. It's beautiful. It took us a long time to create it and make it perfect for you guys, but you'll be seeing it in your inbox. Let's talk NCLEX. I am talking about this name here. You guys see it often. You hear me reference it some. The NCSBN. This stands for the National Council of State Boards of Nursing. And it is a regulatory body that actually has become the leader in our licensure examination. So the only way that you work in this country is light. All right. And this is very specific to us, and this is important to us to understand, because getting into the field of nursing requires a lot of upfront work, right? It requires a lot of training before you're actually able to practice. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But there's a barrier that we have to go through in order to get payment for our services. So this board specifically, it was created and founded in 1978. It is said to be an independent nonprofit organization, right? But the NCBSN was put in place again to divulge the interest of nursing and to be how could I say this? A standardized way of regulating what happens globally in nursing. Now, right now, they're specific to certain regions like the United States, Canada, our territories, but they want to be a global leader. And I think they're moving in that direction. Not only do they protect the public through the NCLEX exam, but this is also the regulatory body that does the double NAAP exam, also the MACE exam. So really they're segmenting these categories of nursing, and they're saying, hey, if you want to be a nurse in whatever aspect, you're going to have to pass our exams. And so as I'm studying NCLEX, I'm looking at these other exams, and guess what? I'm noticing a lot of similarities in the test plans. I'm noticing a lot of similarities in the item types. And so here at Remar Review, I say we're the future of nursing because we are literally going to encompass anybody that wants to be a nurse and support them through all of these regulatory questions and things. So everybody knows that the NCLEX is changing. Why is NCLEX formatting going to be changed? What is happening? Well, right now, if you study the literature, and I got this right from the NCBSN website, their information, and I'm sharing it with you guys because the more informed you are, the better prepared you will be for this exam, right? So you hear it here on Remar. All right, so anyways, what's happening is that in nursing, what the reported research is showing is that new nurses are a point of danger for the public. 50% of new nurses, novice nurses, are actually involved, if not directly, the cause of nursing error. You know, how do you need to address that? Right? Also, 65% of the errors are simply because of poor clinical decision making, that poor clinical judgment. And that is why that is my new hobby horse for Remar Review for 2020. We're going to get our nursing license. We're going to improve our clinical judgment. Only 20% of bosses, employers are satisfied with the skills, decision-making of new nurses. That means that 80% of employers, hospitals, private companies are happy and satisfied with how new nurses are thinking during their first year of nursing. That means that there's a lot of complaints. There's a lot of unsatisfied patients with how new nurses are able to perform their job. Now, anybody in nursing, you guys included, know that this is a profession that you grow into. This is not you wake up one day and all of a sudden you're a master at your craft. But how do we protect the public during the process of your learning? And there are several things that we can do, but the primary thing, the foremost thing is making you guys take a really hard test before you get your license. So that's what's happening. This test is extremely difficult. They're in the process of changing it. This is the next generation of NCLEX. This is the timeline for when these changes are going to take place by specific events. So if you start here at the top, you see the development of the clinical judgment measurement model. Well, that has already taken place, right? That has already taken place. So they have this new clinical judgment measurement model. A lot of nurse educators, to be honest, are like, where did this model come from? Because this is not a model that has historically been used in nursing practice. This new clinical judgment model is something that NCBSN has made up from themselves by these into what they think is ideal. So anybody that's an educator of nurses, you have to study this new model, because if you've been in school for your master's or even your PhD, you have not seen this model before. It's not like a Tanner or something that's historically used in the nursing education world. So after they developed the clinical judgment measurement model, then they went into these item prototype development. And these are the new questions. These are the closed questions, the extended response questions, right? So they've done that. They've done if it's item usability. So item usability means, can it be used? Do we have the technology for it? Right now, anybody that is taking NCLEX, you're in one of two phases. You're either doing that research, right? You're doing that research at the end of your exam, and you're giving them feedback to say, yes, this participate in the research collection, right? And this information right now, when we talk about the next generation for NCLEX, this is for the RN. So right now they're testing the RN. But if you listen to any of the item development educators for NCLEX, they say, we're testing for the RN. And if it works for the RN, then we'll just transfer it to the PN. Basically, that's what's going to happen. So if you're a PN, understand that whatever they do for the RNs, the PNs are not far behind. So I'm just trying to explain to you guys, when we talk about these question type changes for the NCLEX, when they will come, when they will happen, because I get that a lot. So as you can see, they're still almost about halfway into the process. All right. After this process, then they're going to actually redesign for nursing students. You guys will actually be answering those questions, and they'll be measuring if you're getting them right. And then they're going to launch the actual exam, right? So when does this all happen? When will it take place? There will be no changes before 2023, okay? So that gives us some time to really settle into what we know now as the current NCLEX. So that means that you guys do not have to be worried about it. You don't have to email Team Remar asking them when the changes are going to happen, because they will not happen before 2023. All right. NCBSN, they're going to continue to do their research. They're looking into doing partial credit. All right, the partial credit scoring model, but that has not been figured out. And so what you guys have to understand is that the way that the test is structured now, to be honest, is extremely biased. It really is. There is a lot of thing in general. So when I study the NCLEX exam, I look at it from a perspective where they're gathering their research, and this is stuff that they say, so this isn't me, just trying to be funny or anything. When you talk about where does the research come from the nurses that are pulled for information, 70% of those nurses are white. Okay, only 10% of those nurses are African American. About 8% of them are Hispanic. And then I think the next category is Asian, right? So demographically, the information is skewed. The majority of the respondents that are used to create the NCLEX the actual practice of new entry-level nurses, most of those candidates have bachelor's degrees in nursing, right? The majority of those candidates work in hospitals, right? So they're not in home health, they're not, in rehab or skilled. So they have to make this exam more realistic. And so determining what is actually being done by all nursing students, right? What's pulled now are nurses who are in the United States and Canada. But we know that we have a lot of international nurses with various backgrounds who take this test. What culturally are we doing to speak to these nurses? We have a lot of nurses from the Philippines, a lot of nurses from, Africa, from Jamaica, from Puerto Rico. Like, how are we making this exam culturally significant and equal by all standards? So there's a lot of things that need to be addressed when they talk about creating this NCLEX exam. I mean, it's very sterile. So this is what they're trying to do now. The exam hopefully will be able to determine clinical judgment more accurately. And so this is how they're going to change it. The majority, though, of NCLEX items will, guess what? It will remain the same. And this is coming right from them. And then I see Mary Rose, you asked about case studies. Yes, the NCLEX will also include special case studies and other items that focus specifically on clinical judgments. Some item types will change. And I just want to take a second to talk about this. Because historically, if you look at the NCLEX exam, case studies are not new to the exam, but they were removed. They were removed as part of a progressiveness, right, in education. But at the end of the day, the case studies are what will truly demonstrate if a new nurse can use clinical judgment in the same patient over a series of changes. So now NCLEX, they have to go back to case studies, right? So if you're getting them for your research questions, or if you're interested in them, or if you're hearing a lot about case studies, understand that, as it's stated here, the majority of NCLEX items will remain the same. And that is from a historical perspective to me, because if I look at the NCLEX test plan from 1999, or look at the NCLEX test items from the 70s or the 80s, those topics are still emerging and still very relevant today. So the content will not change. The content will not change, you guys. I was just preparing for 7 days of NCLEX, and also things that I want to put in the virtual trainer as I'm updating it, as I'm getting new information. So what's being included for the NCLEX RN, I don't know if you guys know that, but they're seeing more RNs, they're seeing more new RNs who are taking care of patients who are dealing with grief. So they're going to add that to an activity statement, right, for new nurses. They're seeing that more RNs are taking care of patients who have moderate sedation, right, who are in the process of moderate sedation. What are your responsibilities? What are your functions? So the things that are on the NCLEX exam, again, are very specific. Nobody should be trying to memorize Saunders. Nobody should be trying to memorize their med-surg reference book. Quit doing that. This is a time where we have to be educated about what it is we're supposed to be studying. And it is not everything. It's not everything. And so one of the things that I notice is that when nursing students get difficult questions or harder questions, they feel like, oh, yeah, I'm really getting my money's worth, or this is really what I need. And then when they see simple questions, they're like, what is this? Is this enough? This is not enough. But understand that if you're being asked to memorize liver cancer medications, or if you're asked to take care of patients who have, a genetic disorder, a rare genetic disease, is that relevant to the NCLEX test plan? Or are you just being led down the wrong path of studying insignificant information? I mean, these are real questions that I want you guys to ask yourself. Is this really on the test plan? Or am I spinning my wheels memorizing a lot of rationales? So this is reflection time for us, okay? On Mondays, we like to get into this, all right? So I did a video on this. NCBSN raises the passing standard, all right, for NCLEX PN examination, right? They raised the passing standard, and this was a press release that I did a video about. So anybody that's taking the NCLEX PN on April 1st, 2020, your exam will raise logits of difficulty. So what does that mean, Remar Nurses? I got a lot of confusion. How does it work? So what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try to explain it to you as best as I can, but there are 3 factors to passing NCLEX today. 3 factors to passing NCLEX today. And to me, these are the things that will either really make or break whether you pass it or not, right? So number 1 is studying the test plan content. I cannot say it enough. There are specific topics that you need to study for this exam and others that you are not required to study. And as I'm preparing for 7 days of NCLEX, I hope you guys all sign up for it. The website to sign up for 7 days of NCLEX is Remar Nurse /7 days, DAYS. All right, because I'm going to talk about this during that broadcast, right, during those episodes. So studying the test content, the test plan content, right? And just a reminder, 7 days is coming up for you guys that just joined. 7 days of NCLEX is December 26th through January 1st. And if you sign up for it on the website, you'll get this agenda and you'll be able to get your workbook today. Okay, so, all right. So like, for example, I see students who are literally taking NCLEX reviews that have them studying nursing diagnoses. Again, I'm talking about you don't need to study everything. If you're doing an NCLEX review and they have you studying nursing diagnoses, understand this will not be on the NCLEX exam. You're wasting time doing this. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to you. It's frustrating to me. It's frustrating when you don't get your license. All right. All right. So understand, number 1 factor for passing NCLEX, study what's on that test plan, guys. All right. The second thing is the passing logits. Now, this is something that may be new to you guys if you haven't taken a nursing or a biostatistics class. Essentially, the exam for NCLEX is graded, it's measured in logits. And logits are used, if you're talking about logistic regression, it's used to measure the probability of something happening. So when now it's at 0 logits. So that means that probability-wise, there's a 50% chance of you getting a question right or wrong. And that's what the exam wants. So the whole idea is if you will pass the exam is really based off of probability. Like that's what it is. And so it's not I got to get every question right, but the exam is trying to determine, are you more than likely going to pick the answers right over a certain period of time, right? Because probability is infinite. All right. You can't have a definite number of times for something and estimate a probability. You always have to consider future events. So let me just show you this graph because I know some of you guys are visual learners and you're like, I don't know if I could do this. All right. So probability. Okay. So this is a chart right here that shows this is the current PN logics scale. It's negative 0.21. Right? So this is what they're going to increase in April. So right now, if we're looking at the logic difference and the probability of success, you can see that at negative 2, there is about a 45% probability of success, right? So what does that mean for my NCLEX PN candidates, right? If you're taking the NCLEX exam, hey, that question is going to be kind of tough. There's only a 45% chance of success. Now, what I want to say is this. I started preparing my PN as RNs years back because I understood that they're going to make this exam even more difficult for the PNs. So what I say to my PN nurses is take this exam serious. There's this mentality, there's this myth that you don't have to know as much if you're taking the NCLEX PN. But if I'm looking at the logics difference, I see that the PN exam is statistically harder than the RN exam. There's only a 45% chance of success. All right. So get in the virtual trainer, especially, right? Especially if you are testing for this NCLEX PN. Don't just rock it out with quick facts, all right? Because you have to be prepared to to a 55% chance of getting it wrong, right? You have a 55% chance of getting that question wrong. It's tough. It's not easy. Now, if I look at the RNs, right now, the RN logics, and this hasn't changed, is 0. So what I'm saying before, what I said before to you guys that are RN test takers, you have about a 50% chance of getting your question right or wrong, right? Yeah. So I mean, when we talk about is it already tough? Yes, it's already tough. It's already tough to pass the NCLEX exam, but the test is actually programmed to identify your weak areas, right? The test is actually positioning you to, every time you take this exam, get a question wrong. You get one right, you get one wrong. You get one right, you get one wrong. And so statistically, we all leave NCLEX feeling terrible. We all leave feeling like, how did I didn't pass it. I know I didn't. I got so many wrong. When statistically you did, right? You did. You got a 50%. If you would get 50% on any other exam, that's an F, right? But it's a little different for the NCLEX exam because it's measuring your probability. It's measuring your probability. And so these are the things that we need to think about. Don't focus on being perfect. It's not about being perfect for this exam. You don't have to get everyone right. If you see something that you don't know, guess what? Statistically, it's predicted that you don't know it. So what you have to do is be very strong in the fundamentals of nursing, though that basic nursing information, the med surge, the integrated concepts, the foundations, right? These are things that you have to be very strong in because the exam already knows that you're not an expert on liver cancer, right? The exam already knows that, hey, 50% chance that I ask this nurse about genetic disorders, she won't know about it. And that's because new nurses are not taking care of these types of patients. It's a specialty. It's a specialty, okay? So let me tell you though, actually, because I was doing some research, and the top 3 categories of patients that new nurses take, and I see my notes, I take a whole bunch of notes. Number 1 is critical care or acute patients. 2 is chronic stable patients. And 3 are clients with mental illnesses. So if I look at new entry level nurses, and I see that they're taking care of clients with mental illness as a 3rd category, guess what I'm putting on my NCLEX review? I'm putting mental illness. I'm putting, psychiatric medications. You got to know it. All right. So is everything going to be on there? No, but the majority will be. All right. Okay. So this is the RN logics currently. This is the PN that will be increasing and they say they're increasing it in the difficulty level. So, okay. So the third factor, because this is 2, right? 2 was your passing logics or your probability or likelihood that you will pass, right? 3 is going to be this: the 95% confidence interval, right? And this is not even, this is all the exam. This is all the test. And what it's doing is just calculating your future performance. And remember, like I said, when you're studying probability, there's no way to exactly say that, hey, this candidate is definitely going to pass, right? There's no way to say that. But there is a way to program the system so that it can say, I'm 95% confident that if this candidate, if she keeps on going, she will stay above that passing standard. So right now, the exam is set to calculate your future probability of reaching that 0.0 logits, or 0.18 logits is what the PN will be changed to after April 1st, 2020. Okay, so going about the exam, knowing how every part works is very integral, because it takes the stress off of you when you know yes. And when you overstudy for it, does you no good. All right. When you come in there and you're jittery and anxious about all the things that you studied and you lack the basic foundations, right? You lack the basic principles, the nursing the nursing process, the fundamentals, the integrated concepts, right? The general medications. Because remember, critical care patients with chronic illnesses are what new nurses are seeing. So, all right, chronic illnesses. What are the chronic illnesses that the majority of patients have? All right, and I know I don't want to keep you guys too long, but we have what? Diabetes mellitus, chronic, right? COPD, chronic. CHF, chronic, right? Schizophrenia, chronic. Bipolar disorder, chronic, right? So these are the things that we have to categorize, right? Somebody who has a heart infection from strep throat, not chronic at all, right? But you can listen to a 2-hour lecture on infective endocarditis on some NCLEX reviews, right? Arterial blood gas interpretation. Everybody needs that, especially if you're critical care or acute. You gotta know. All right. So specific events are on this exam. Don't get lost in the generalization, right? Don't get lost in the generalization. And I won't even do my demonstration. It's not helpful. All right. So getting into the motivation, getting into the reason why you're here. Listen, this is just a picture of what it takes, dedication from you. Future nurse Kwanda says, an impromptu trip to the ER, but even at my mommy's bedside, I'm determined to get started on my virtual trainer tonight. Keep my mommy in prayer. I can, I will, I must pass NCLEX. And I just love this photo because when you are trying to support your loved ones, sometimes all you can do is study for NCLEX. Because what you're doing is positioning yourself to be able to better take care of those around you. So yes, your mom is in the emergency room. She's being tended to by professional nurses and doctors. How can you support this process? Get on your grind. Get your license so that you can support your mom in the future. So that when she comes out of that medical facility, you have the money to pay the bill, right? We have to prioritize passing this NCLEX like we do paying our bills, paying our rent, paying our car note. Studying for NCLEX is just as important or even more important as those monthly activities that come around. Like every month you have to pay rent. When you want to be in a different financial state, when the next rent came around, this is the end of 2019. 2020 has to be about getting your nursing license. And for some of you, 2019 will be about it because you'll be testing before the year is out. But this is time out for games. And so, yes, it's nice to go out to eat. Yes, it's nice to see a movie. Yes, it's nice to celebrate Christmas. But at the end of the day, do something that really matters. Make this Christmas matter by getting your license. Right? Make this time in your life matter by being in a different position to support the people you love. And so I like this as a reminder that yes, life happens. Things don't go as we plan, but the goal doesn't change. We're here to pass NCLEX. And so the Remar Nurses consistently help us to remember that. All these testimonials, shout out to Nurse Grace, Nurse Hollis, Nurse Akem. They all are saying the best gift to give during the holiday season is to pass NCLEX, get that nursing license, RN, PN, all are welcome. Stop sleeping on your dreams because the years are passing by and you have to keep moving. All right, Monday motivation. The topic I chose was choose your instructor. Choose your instructor. And I'm saying this, jokingly, but you got to make the right choice when it comes to who is going to guide you through this process. I've been doing it a long time. You guys see me on YouTube. Y'all see me long hair, short hair, braids. I'm just growing up over the years. 1 kid, 2 kid, master's degree. I'm changing, the goals in my life, but I'm taking you guys with me. And so at the end of the day, all I want for you to have is results. The only reason why Mark and I do this, the only reason why we take time out of our these are the best years of my life, honestly. These are the best years of my life. I'm healthy, I'm young, I'm married. I could be doing anything right now. But at the end of the day, I don't sleep at night until you guys have this, right? This is what I want. I snagged this from our Facebook page, and I just want this for you because when I got it, it changed my life. It literally changed my life, and it was the best feeling in the world. It was the best feeling in the world to pass the test. I mean, I remember when I looked online and I saw my license, it was just like, oh, the best feeling in the world. And so I live for that moment for you guys. I'm waiting for it to happen because I know that the tears will come, the weight will be lifted off, and you'll go out and get a new car or whatever it is that you want to get. Whatever it is, you'll get it. But the idea is that the instruction has to be correct because this test is formidable and it is designed to keep you out where you don't belong. And I already said this test is biased and it's looking for a certain performance, it's looking for a certain level of education. And if you don't have it, you got to get it. That's all. If you don't have it, you have to get it. And so we constantly do things here. And sometimes it makes people mad. We constantly do things here to open up the portal so that you can get what you need, right? And my hope is that when people are watching these broadcasts, they're praying for each other. You guys are praying for each other. You guys are not hating on each other. You're not saying, well, they got 30 extra days. You guys are not saying, well, I paid $50 extra. You're saying, I got my blessing. I want her to get her blessing too, however she got to get it. Because at the end of the day, when you have your nursing license, the $30 won't matter. When you have your nursing license, you'll be able to pay for somebody else to get in the virtual trainer. That's what this is about. And so, if you don't choose your instructor wisely, you know what's going to happen? Pain will be the teacher, right? And that's the pain of not passing. That's the pain of showing up to the test, wishing you had studied the extra 2 weeks. That's the pain of paying that reinstatement, retesting fee. That's what we don't need. And so there has to be a vision that everything that I'm doing, right? Everything that I'm doing is for purpose. Everything. I have to pick the best of the best in order to make it through this process. Nobody wants to go to a nursing school that only charges $5. Like, nobody wants to, go to a nursing school that's not accredited. Like, that's the first thing you apply to a nursing school. Has this been approved? How long have they been in business? What is their track record? How often am I going to see my teachers? And so it has to be that same process. You have to take that same mindset and integrity when it comes to your training for NCLEX. Sure, you can watch free YouTube videos all the day long. You can watch them for Remar. How many videos do I have on YouTube? 300. You can spend weeks watching me, but is it a full program? Are all the dots connected, or are you just watching random topics, trying to put it together yourself? And so investing in yourself is a core principle to success. Investing in yourself yields 100% return every time. If you guys know about investments, it's not 100% return all the time. But when you invest in yourself, that is. And so I'm encouraging you guys, we have the track record. We have the Remar Nurses. You can claim it. You can claim it. All of these young ladies passed rocking the Remar Nurse t-shirts. Oh, you reap what you sow. I like that, Candace. You reap what you sow. So pass NCLEX, y'all. Come on. This is the year. Pass NCLEX. You can get that Remar Nurse t-shirt, or you can get First Shift, How to Dominate Your First 2 Years of Nursing. You just got to do it, right? So I'm so proud of my Remar Nurses. You guys are doing all that you need to be successful. And I shout out to each one of these ladies for the video. All right, this is the goal. 2020, you gotta have it. You gotta have it. And the way that you can have it is going on a journey with me, okay? I'm inviting you to my next journey, which is 7 days of NCLEX. Sign up for it, Remar Nurse /7 days, okay? Also, let me see if I have it for you. Also, the VT, okay? And with the VT, we explain it all the time. I heard the Remar Nurses asking Team Remar today, what is it? What is it? What is it? All right? And essentially, with the virtual trainer, you get access to the new online platform that has the new videos, the content, the clinical judgment. I really just hammered in on clinical judgment because I know that is the direction of the NCBSN. I need you guys to get your license this year. The way you do it is by improving your clinical judgment. That's it, right? So during 7 days of NCLEX, $150, $400, but you get the VT student workbook, okay? VT student workbook, and it's partially filled out. So what I've been hearing from you guys is it's like being in school, which I didn't intend for it to have that feel. Like, you guys know me. I didn't want you to feel like you were in school, but because of the lectures, because of the classroom discussions, because of the way the test is, that's all I'm hearing is like, oh, this is like a refresher course. This is like me being in school. So it's cool. It is what it is. You guys are loving it. And so that's awesome. But for you guys who have the DVD program, the VT workbook is pretty much similar to that structure. I didn't want to change the success of the DVD program by making this a downloadable or online book, because I know y'all wouldn't have printed out this book. So I have to send it to you to make sure you do it. There is about 180 pages in this book, and I just could not take the chance of you not printing it out. So I send you this workbook. It has all your practice exams, all of your homework in it. Also, you get quick facts. You get the 5-star quick facts as part of your comprehensive review. And so this comes with the virtual trainer. All right. And the virtual trainer is really cool. You gonna show, let me see. And so with the virtual trainer, you can start your access right away. You can download your access right away. You can start, watching the videos. You can take your exam. It's just a really cool way to study. Let's see if I can turn it on. You may be able to hear it. Okay. Yep. So people love to study on the go. The virtual trainer helped us solve the problem of portability for NCLEX. And you can take your exams and things like that on here. I love it. It's like the best thing I ever created, and I really love it. So VT for you guys. Literally get started as soon as you sign up and purchase the virtual trainer. All right. Yes, Team 2020. Team 2020. All right. So 7 days of NCLEX. All right. Let me ask if you guys have any questions really quick. I'm going to take some questions for you guys. So I see one question is all about the 7 days workbook. It's coming today. It's coming today. I said it earlier in the broadcast. If you're just jumping on, we wanted to make it perfect, and perfection takes a lot of editing. Okay. A lot of editing. So it's coming out today for you guys. Yes, $150 for the virtual trainer starting December 26th. Starting December 26th. So if you look right now, you can see the virtual trainer is at its appropriate price of $378. Okay. But if you wait till the day after Christmas, our Christmas blessing, the final year-end blessing to you guys, is we're reducing that price to $150. Oh my goodness. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you guys. No excuses. I was in the store. There were toys that were more than the virtual trainer. All right. You can get a Barbie dream house, or you can get your nursing license, period. So consider that. All right. What other questions do you guys have? Let me see here. How did you study as a foreign nurse? Okay, so Mary Jane, people were asking you how you studied as a foreign nurse. So answer them. How do you get the virtual trainer on your phone? Sure, it's simple. The virtual trainer, you can just once you go to the website and sign up through there, you'll get access, and you'll be able to create your password and go to the website and sign up. So literally, I just go here. But honestly, you can do your virtual trainer on your phone or on your tablet. I always do it from my computer because I'm just one of those kind of people. So that's how you do it. Okay. Also, once you sign up for the virtual trainer, you get a link, all right, that says, hey, all right, Candace says, I'm getting VT. Cool. All right. Amazing. Okay. All right. So any other questions? Let me see here. Let me check YouTube. Which patient do you see first? Okay, we're going to go over some prioritization during 7 days of NCLEX. Please, during 7 days of NCLEX, you will be able to go over. So what is on the virtual trainer? The virtual trainer, if you guys are familiar with the DVD program, it has all of the content from the DVD program, but it's updated. So any changes I put in the virtual trainer. The virtual trainer has this section, and I wish I had it. The virtual trainer has this section called File Vault, right? And so I'm able to upload in an instant all new information, all new resources to that. Maybe Mark, you could pull it up on my computer if you can. But also the virtual trainer is great because it has the clinical judgment sections. It also has progress exams and homework questions all in the VT. What I did for you guys as well is, because I know some of you don't like online testing, I also put all of the virtual trainers workbook, all of the practice exams and homework into this book still. All right. I have a question. If I wait till the last day, will it still be available? Mark shaking his head, no. It'll be available while supplies last. And also, let me just say this, because y'all know Remar Review. The longer you wait during a sale, the longer it takes to get your products. Because when we get 1,000 orders, it takes some time to get those 1,000 orders out. And so the U.S. Post Office is looking at us crazy, and we're trying to get them out as soon as we can. So I would not wait to the last minute. To be honest, I would be checking like Christmas night, because Mark works, he works hard constantly, and I bet Christmas night it'll be up. That's all right. All right. Can I get VT on my laptop and on my phone? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. No, it's not. And I got a lot of emails. Is it going to be possible for students who purchase a VT during Black Friday to get the extra days of VT for free? Right? That's a question I've been getting a lot. And it's not. I cannot retroactively change. We have like 800 people in the virtual trainer. So I need you guys to just understand that this will be a promotion for new customers moving forward, because I can make the changes for the new customers who are getting new subscriptions, but I cannot make the change for the past customers. All right. So we really want to just be a blessing. And I know people are like, well, why do they get this or why don't? Like, I'm just asking you guys not to do that to each other during this time, and just literally enjoy the blessing of being able to have the resources, because some people and we have people honestly that purchased the virtual trainer for full price and didn't get any Black Friday discount. And they're like, okay, cool. It is what it is. We're going to just all move forward. And so I want that, keep that same energy for everybody. All right. So this is the virtual trainer on my laptop here. So what I was saying is that the virtual trainer has certain components in it that comprise your NCLEX review. And that's what makes it really cool. This is not your traditional slideshow NCLEX review. Like, it's not a PowerPoint presentation. And so one of the sections that you have access to is called File Vault. And File Vault is where I can add new information to you guys. And so, I don't know, can they see that okay? I think they can. Yeah, so this is where you can get your weekly count. Yes, I can make it brighter. Hold on one second. Let me make this brighter. This is where you can get your weekly calendar. And this is how I feel like it's family, because I can do stuff like that on camera. All right. So, that's too bright. Let's see. So anyways, this is where you can get your weekly calendar. I added a sample lecture, Remar drug cards. And so if you have the virtual trainer and you haven't been to your File Vault, go back and download those things in there, because they're really important for you to have. Another thing that I love about it, and also that's where I was saying I can just, if I have an announcement or if I have something new that I want to give you guys, I just can put it in the virtual trainer and you will have it. The workbook for 7 Days of NCLEX is coming. All right, I'm going to send it out today. We don't have the DVD program anymore. All of the new students, we've upgraded it, we've expanded it. All of the new students go into the NCLEX virtual trainer. And this is how I'm helping students in schools and businesses now get their nursing license for everyone. All right, so this is the virtual trainer. And what I'm saying, that the virtual trainer is going to be on sale. So people are saying, if I already have the DVD package, how do I get the virtual trainer? Understand that the lowest price for you for the VT will be for the 7 Days of NCLEX. All right, it will be for the 7 Days of NCLEX, $150 for 90 days in the virtual trainer. And you can also see, like here, your usage reports, and it'll just show you how often you're in the virtual trainer, how much you've been studying. Is this my report? Oh, I know why. This is mine. Ugh. All right. Oh, this is yours. I was wondering. I'm like, this doesn't look like me. Only signed in one time for the month. I'm like, this can't be. All right. So this is great. Let me see your report card. All right. Oh, yeah. This is Mark's. Okay. So not too bad. I must have been in this one too. All right. So your report card as well will allow you to see your progress. It's kind of hard to see because of the brightness now. Okay. But this is what we are providing and encouraging you guys during the 7 Days of NCLEX. I'll literally be doing lectures from the virtual trainer where you can actually see. All right. You can actually see. So perfect opportunity for those who want to have a full comprehensive review, and for those who need to understand, like, okay, I definitely need to get these lectures down. All right. How do I get, please, I need the quick facts and the VT? How do I make payments? Okay, cool. So remarnurse.com is where you will be able to get all of the products. You can actually go there now and check it out if you want to look at like what you want and also what we're doing. So sign up for 7 days of NCLEX. Just go to remarnurse.com as well. All right. So I'm talking the virtual trainer. 7 days of NCLEX is for RN. It's for RN and it's for PN, because a lot of the things that are on the PN test plan, you can also find them on the RN as well. The VT is for how long, how many months, please. Okay, so the virtual trainer for 7 days of NCLEX will be for 90 days. It will be for 90 days. All right. Okay, so that's YouTube. Let me switch over to Facebook. All right.
On the schedule also for Sundays.
Yeah, most of the classes for the 7 days of NCLEX, let me show you guys. I'll give you this. Okay, so most of the classes for the 7 days of NCLEX will be, I'm trying to find that schedule. Let's see. Going through my Monday motivation. Thank you guys for being so patient with me. I am trying to find it. It's coming. Okay, here we go. Okay, so most of the classes for the 7 days of NCLEX will take place in the evening, and we decided 8 p.m. is going to be a great time for the episodes to release. All right, so 8 p.m. except for on Friday when we do our hot topics. The Friday event will be starting at noon. So just like Monday Motivation, you'll be able to watch that episode. And you're going in there and you're filling out the workbook. So that's the whole idea, is that you're taking notes during this time. Then that is what you're doing. It's like an advanced study session. All right, an advanced study session. All right, now, yeah, these are definitely episodes that are going to be released. So someone says, when is the sale starting? Right there on the screen, December 26th. The VT comes with the virtual trainer workbook. Okay, so the virtual trainer workbook comes with it. It's not a downloadable tool. It's not a downloadable tool. And someone says, can you join even if you don't have the VT? Absolutely. 7 days of NCLEX is free. We do it every year. You don't need to have the virtual trainer. If you just want to come and study the content, you can do it. It's not too late to join 7 days of NCLEX. You go to the website right now, remarnurse.com, and you're able to sign up for 7 days. All right. How long will the videos stay up? They'll probably stay up the entire week. Right? So if you're on YouTube, you'll probably have a better chance of just seeing each episode. If you're on Facebook, you're going to have to scroll up. So we're going to keep them up. All right. Just joining. The 7 days workbook will be coming out today. It'll be coming out today. So if you haven't gotten it yet, you're fine. You're with everybody else. We have not released it yet, but it will be coming out today. Okay, so happy holidays, you guys. I know this is Christmas week, and obviously you are on the grind about studying, and I'm super proud of you guys. We have 224 nurses on YouTube, and we have 286 nurses on Facebook who Christmas week, shout out to Facebook and YouTube, Christmas week are here studying for NCLEX with me. And where are you guys from? Just let me know where you're from real quick. Who do I have representing the Remar Nurse community? We're just like a global community, and it's so cool for you to see. I'll give you first look again. So when I talk about new, all of the videos in the virtual trainer have been re-recorded. All of the videos are masterfully done. I get so many emails of people saying, I love how you did the videos in the virtual trainer.
Hey guys, we are going to get started with your maternal and child overview.
Yes.
By talking about the pregnancy
I have
lecture.
Expanded
Let's
the information.
By knowing that the hormone responsible for pregnancy is
I love it. And then remember, you guys,
I have that written down for you. So now
that you can also take notes during the videos, which is so cool. If you're a typer, you're able to just like take notes. And I love that about this.
This for NCLEX. So there are 3 probable signs.
And
that I
I'm
want
a
you to
writer,
be
but some people are
familiar with.
typers and they
The
just like to
first
take
one
notes.
is
So,
Hagar's
so
sign. Do you know
super
what Hagar's
cool.
sign is?
All right, New
It
York,
is a
Pennsylvania.
softening of the uterus.
Yes.
Number 2 is
Georgia in the
Goodell's
house.
sign.
PA,
Sometimes
my
people
neighbor.
get Goodell's sign confused with Hagar's.
Staten
Goodell's is
Island.
actually a softening.
I love it. I love it. We're just talking about Fort Lauderdale.
And the third
Man,
sign is called
wish I was there.
sign.
All right.
This is where
Detroit,
you
first year
see
nursing student,
the
watch you
bluish
faithfully, Keisha.
discoloration
Ah,
of the
thank you,
vagina
Keisha.
and
All right.
cervix.
So,
The
virtual
fourth
trainer, you guys,
pregnancy.
don't wait. This is the opportunity for you to get it. New Mexico, Dallas. There is no DVD. There is no DVD for the virtual trainer. All right. Okay, Alabama, 7 days of NCLEX. Somebody wants to see the schedule again. Here it is. All right, 7 days of NCLEX is kicking off this week. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. But on December 26th, we are going to get started. December 26th to January 1st. Bring in the new year like only you can. Day 1, we're going to talk about chest tubes. Day 2, the hot topics of NCLEX. That means you need to know this stuff for a reason. Pain management. Listen, even if you're in nursing school, come get this information. All right? Come get this information. Also, hey, we're going to do a pharmacology review. I love it. I looked at the test plan. I said, this is the stuff they need to know. ABGs made easy. If you have ever struggled with arterial blood gases, day 4 of the 7 days of NCLEX needs to be your home. New York, Kiki, always a pleasure to see you. Day 5, we're going to talk about TPN. We're going to talk about some pregnancy overview. You just saw the video. Get the full lecture. Day number 5. Day 6, do your homework, okay? Because we're going to review it. So even if you want to, you guys know how I am. I gives out the homework because it's important for you to know that you can do it on your own. So questions do have a purpose. When you get your workbook today, there shall be questions. Go ahead and do it. And you know what? This is a community. If you guys want to do them together, I guess you can. So in the Facebook study group, or if you're in the virtual trainer, hey, if you're in the virtual trainer, I'm going to upload the workbook there first. I'm going to do that first. All right. So if you're in the VT, check out your file vault, and I will upload it directly to the VT. All right. And then you'll have it and it'll be cool. All right. So I'm super excited. The day after Christmas, I will just literally be on here. I'll be messaging you guys. I'll be talking to you guys. You're going to be watching the 7 days episode. It's going to be fantastic because we're going to bring in the new year the right way. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go. Happy holidays to you guys. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. We are abundantly blessed. We have already all that we need. So everything extra on top of your health, the health of your loved ones, your roof over your head, the computer or the phone in front of you. I want to wish you guys a happy holiday. Come on in here, Mark, so they can see you. And guess what? I forgot to tell you guys, during 7 days of NCLEX, Mark has his own presentations, 2 of them, right? 3 presentations. Never before. You guys know we usually see Mark and it's like, oh, he comes on, he does 1 session. He does 1 session usually, but he decided to do 3. What are they? Are you teaching nursing?
Absolutely. Health and healing. So we're doing spiritual development pieces.
Okay.
So we are making sure that we're praying for you all. We want to make sure that we give you the best of what we have.
Yes.
And so that you know, with God it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
So on day 1, day number 3,
okay,
and day number 7, we have spiritual development pieces at the end of the lectures. So you're going to get your content, you're going to get your testimonials, and we're going to seal it in prayer and with spiritual development. So that makes sure that as you're focusing on your financial goals, as you're focusing on your educational goals, your career goals, that we make sure we keep God first in the process. And so that's what we're looking for. And so we're so excited to have you to join in and watch the episodes, each episode of the 7 days of NCLEX.
Yeah, and I when he was doing his spiritual development, usually I'm there and things like that, but I'm super excited.
You, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed you there.
Oh.
Yeah, but you're going to see it. It's going to be amazing.
Yes. So we'll all be watching it, and then we'll be like, wow, yes, Mark, spiritual food, which is most important to us anyway. We do need it. We do need it. So I'm really thankful you took your time out to do that. So people say, yeah, Merry Christmas. It's going to be a great event, guys. I hope you don't miss it. I hope you're able to watch the recordings. Merry Christmas. People are saying happy holidays. What do you want for Christmas?
I feel like I've already got it.
Mark, let me tell you, Mark really doesn't, he really doesn't do Christmas. Like, just to be honest with you guys, he doesn't really celebrate the holiday. He is he does it for me. He does it for me. But like, Mark is a worker. So every day is just like grinding, except for Sabbath. Every day is just like grinding, and holidays come and go. I have to force him to celebrate his birthday. I have to force him to celebrate like just holidays, because it's like a regular day. Why is that?
I celebrate every day.
You do?
Yeah, like no bad days. I celebrate every day. I'm grateful to God and for my family and everything. I think you asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and same thing I always want is just peace. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just to be in a good mood, good mindset, and just be able to enjoy life. Yep.
So today I see people like, no, we're not doing questions. No, today I just went over the test plan, and I went over like how the items are going to be scored. And so we have 7 days of NCLEX coming up where there will be tons of questions, you guys. So listen, I never say take a break, right? We never take a break, but today let's just switch it up and let's do something different. 7 days of NCLEX, the day after Christmas. The questions are there, and the workbook is coming out today. So you'll be able to, if you want to do your homework questions, that is possible as well.
Yeah,
all right.
The format for the workbook that Regina's created, and for the 7 days of NCLEX. So she's going to give you the content, give you questions, and then take you directly inside of the virtual trainer to continue your study. So if you want to know like what it's like to study with the VT, the 7 days of NCLEX is going to answer that question for you.
Perfect. So, So someone says, all right, so yes, so you'll be getting the workbook today. It'll be going out. We have to get out of here so we can make sure that all those things happen for you guys. And that, what's up?
Got to tell them, listen, we are updating the website too.
So
somebody said they tried to sign up, they hit submit and had like an error, but we're getting that fixed for you. We're upgrading the website. So if you haven't been to remarnurse.com today, check it out.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, we are really trying to push everything into the future. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of cool things coming out from Remar. And just us trying to basically be the number one nursing education platform for NCLEX. So we have some amazing partnerships, and just all the team Remar, they're just like fantastic. They're working so hard for you guys. And this is a year that we to the top, right?
We're picking up new schools. Somebody's calling every day. So we thank you for, contacting your instructors and your administrators and just letting them know about the amazing teacher that Regina is, and the resources like Quick Facts and the virtual trainer. So just thank you. And, this would not be possible, of course, without God. But you guys are just as much as part of the equation, because, we really want to see you succeed, and we get excited by your testimony. So thank you for sharing the love and just telling somebody else about, about Remar. If you have anybody that is testing, and, an enemy, a friend, a cousin, a neighbor, whoever that is, let them know about the 7 days of NCLEX, $150. This is like the opportunity. And there, I mean, honestly, like every day that you can get your nursing license and progress and do something for yourself, like that is the day that you should take action. But we feel like this is a very special time. So we want you to join us and tell somebody else about it.
And I know people are asking for case studies. I'll have case studies, the schedule and the workbook, all those things will have case studies in there. I really wanted it to be great for you guys. Select all the apply questions. You are going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time. So rewatch the video if you want to check out all that we did. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also hit the notification bell so you know when I'm on. And then for Facebook as well, like the page, smash the share button. All right. So we want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. We're signing off from YouTube right now. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Bless. We will see you for 7 days of NCLEX, guys. All right.